So, Pesach, Shevous, we're here. What has changed? The process, we followed the code, we followed the book. We checked in, we checked out, whatever it was, everybody is mindful. I wasn't mindful. So what has changed? So as we said before, that it's to know where to surrender to. Surrender. Where is it? Where do I need to be? Because keep in mind that even in your struggle, the fight is also because I don't know where to be. In my day-to-day, in my business, in my desire to succeed, in my whatever it is, push and drive to succeed, and I'm arguing and I'm in pain and I'm in squeeze and I'm not in flow. I'm in squeeze, I'm not in flow. There too, because I don't know, I think I need to be in the winning side by fighting. I don't know. But as soon as I find out that really, let's just say it's in the complete opposite side and it's a surrender to the situation because he's really not doing anything, it's just a force pushing from him, through him, then I have to check myself. Is it okay? Is it safe to let go? Is it safe? And then it's the work of surrender to the skafis, hapcho, because now you have to untangle your actual existence, nothing to do with your father, your mother, or your husband, your wife, child. It's your existence, it's who we are. It's Malchus. This is how it shows up. We're spinning out. My father, my mother, blah, 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 my Rebbe, my Chayder, my upbringing, and all that. But once we're done with that, you were processed, and now, okay, you were seen, you were met, you're a victim. Now, we have the technology now that we don't have to do this for 10 years or 20 years. You can just immediately surrender because I can tell you how to do it. That's what we're here for. We support each other. Just click, see the person from his possibility, his potential. What really happened to us? Nobody did anything. In most cases, whatever it was. Just go along with what I'm trying to the point. Somebody triggered your negative side. Somebody triggered your low frequency. So you activated low frequency. A low frequency person triggered your low frequency, and now we triggered the positive frequency. So really, the whole spin about this, that, and the other, should I not, you're wasting your time. You're going to have to fall into it. It's Esher Chelis, it's coming, it's eating away the pseil, it's last week's last Tani before we finish the last Perek over there. Powerful words. Like the Alter Rebbe paints a clear picture of how this works, that basically, just like a candle, the fire burns the wick, so too, our life, our journeys, our everything that we go through is eating away, is the psila. That fire is eating away our ego, which is the sitra achra, which is the nachash, and then we can find ourselves in fire and light, in yichida, oneness. So what changed? I want to go back to the other point that you're surrendering to, that in the struggle really is, surrender to the place of well-being. That's number one. Now we're going to go back to the other side. So what really changed? What changed is that now we know who we are. I'm no longer fooled by thinking that there is a me, and then there is my problems and all my shortcomings and my whole story. Because I was living at it in separation once again, in Nifrid, absolute Malchus Nifrid, down to the split, that my problems are something that's attacking me. No, that's not how it works. We are our problems. Haraya, if I smile to you, you have no choice, but you're going to smile back to me. But if I talk to you like this, you're going to respond like this. Both ways. So really, the only thing that can happen to me is what I am. It's a mirror, it's an orchozer, it's a projector, it's an Eze connector. Everything is Eze connector. So, Vayichan Sham Yisrael Neged Tahar. That's where it's at. Vayichan Sham Yisrael Neged Tahar is Keishechel Belavecha, that once we create a safe container that you know that it's safe to let your guard down, what that looks like is just be your child. Be your innocence. Sing, tune in, imagine. Saf, it's only my imagination. But you're also, whatever pain you're going through, you're just you're living someone else's imagination that he projected on you. So project back on him. The trap worked. So what changed? What changed is that, did he come in or didn't he come in? The track worked or it didn't work?
Who did the track attract?
Fine. I apologize that, fine. Come, we're waiting. Was it new guy? Okay. Said it. So he's doing something. Went to the bathroom or what? Okay. Yeah, went to the bathroom. All right. So, B'kitzer Amaisa, what changed is who we are. I now know that I am my shortcomings. I have sensitivity, and I have feelings, and I have some jealousy. I have some ego problems. It's beautiful, full of color, all full expression. That's what he wanted. He wanted full expression. He wants to deal with a couple of serious guys sitting over there wrapped up. I mean, he has a sense of humor. Don't you see? Look what's going on. Full color, sense of humor. What's the deal? No, where's this guy?
He's done.
Oh, okay. So, so what changed is full color. This is Malchus. I'm tapping into myself. What we receive now is Matan Torah. What's Matan Torah? The top connects to the bottom. There's a massive download, a massive flow of oil that comes into the world. On Shavuos, because it's Keser. Keser is Kashecha Ko'ere. Keser is colorless. It's white, it's black, it's colorless. Keser is colorless. It's where it's before, it's so high up that anything lower is just a spiel. It makes no difference, like the child spilling something when you're busy making a $20 million deal. Whatever. Buy a new house. So in order for something like that to play out in Welt, there has to be something very high has to be only very low can it express. How am I going to express something that is so speechless, crazy? So Malchus, whatever is from, it can only act out what's being expressed. The expression can only be what it's acting out. We're all the expression from that, from Keser. Thousands and billions of galaxies and light years, boom, everything to create something that can be a nifrid. So Matan Torah, there was a moment of, there's 72 hours of Yechida. One is 48 hours, which hour was 72? Shem'ab. So there's a connection where the top connects with the bottom. And we're stepping into oneness. I'm stepping into where I understand that we're just being guided and taken, Kamfen Esharim, Danana Ekavut, whatever you want to call it, let it come through you. That comes through Shuas, that comes through Matan Torah. Matan Torah means that when this powerful thing, we're going to use our language, powerful thing, it's whatever, it's beyond power. It's nuclear. When this thing, the creator of everything, Eibishter, the only way that grounds him in Welt, the only thing that captures him down here is Torah and mitzvahs. Wait, we're not done yet. We're going to make it more exciting than this. Torah and mitzvahs is boring, right? God forbid. That's what happened. Good. We're going to find the light in that too, in the squeeze. Look, it created this. So, if one less squeeze, we may have been stuck just, expressionless. So, Keser Malchus, wie ben ik gewend? Keser meets Malchus. This is what he's expressing, and this is what comes out when it's something so high. This is the power, the gift that we receive on Shavuot. I was somewhere else, but we'll go. So Torah mitzvahs. Torah mitzvahs is what landed this thing in Welt, which means that he said, listen, there is no language for me. You guys don't have a language. The only language that I can give is I'm going to connect myself. I'm going to emanate through the Torah. Taryag mitzvahs, 613 mitzvahs plus 7 Sheva D'Rabbanan, so 620. These are the Ramach Evrim de Malka. He manifests himself into Torah mitzvahs. What does that look like? The best that we can have so far is the power that you feel when you do something good, when you help that lady with a bag, whatever mitzvah you do, or learning Torah, davening, whatever. But let's just go with that good feeling that you feel when somebody gives you a good word. The power in that, the flow in that, the energy in that, that is Ramach Ever de Malka. And then you can get whatever. It gets a color. It looks like a lulav and asher. You go with that. So he said, this is the only way I'm going to be grounded in Welt. And who is holding it grounded in Welt? That it doesn't fly away. Because before Matan Torah, it was the up was up and the down was on. It was a different dynamic. I don't want to say he wasn't here because it gets too complicated. It's above my pay grade. It's Baal Shem Tov says he's in everything. But let's just say that before Matan Torah, there wasn't Hashem, because when he put the film, he could throw it away after. It wasn't Chal Kedusha on it. So it wasn't that level of conscious of Eibishter wasn't here. Torah mitzvahs wasn't like that.
Consciously, he wasn't here.
Consciously, he wasn't here. They were complete, strong, toyu energies. They were completely involved in themselves. That's why there was colliding, mabul. Charbunas, because the energy couldn't contain itself. It was from his power. It was still right there. The world hasn't been developed yet. It was still figuring its way out because Torah wasn't in it yet. So it couldn't balance itself. Because you need some bittul in order to harness this. Tune into your stomach. I want you to feel the power, feel the koyach of being fearless and standing up for the truth, because the truth is the ultimate power. The truth is the ultimate koyach. So anybody that stands up to the truth is going to fail. Because the truth is stronger than anything. Because he is truthful, he's emes. So Bekitzer HaMaisa, so now we're going into by Shavuos Kim Tarub Dei Yechida. this oneness. How? He gives us the Torah. He grounds himself here in Veld through the Torah. And each and every one of us is a letter, is an ois from the Torah. So all the neshamas are in the Torah. That's where it's at. It's emanating. The letters are flying, beaming out. Each and every one of us is a emanation from the Torah. Let's just put it this way. We're here, but the connection, the koyach, whatever drives you is a letter in the Torah. You can see it. Close your eyes. See if you can see it. You can see the letters, almost like you see in the videos there. The letters are pulling out. This is like goldish, and it's connecting to the center of the stomach, right where the solar plexus is. Also, maybe it has an image of a tefillin, a golden tefillin. It's a migdash. So, that is Matan Torah. That is Ayid. That's what we received, Shvius. That's what you need to connect to. What does that look like? First, from even lower up, that everything happens in Malchus. Malchus is where time and space starts. If I have time and space, there is separation. If I'm in separation, I'm not one with my source. I'm not one with oneness, which means that I'm away from source. And if I'm away from source, I'm going to feel the pain. If I'm only breathing 10%, I'm going to get exhausted. So this is where Nuchash, the Nachash comes in, and Paroi and all that, and he spreads out time, he spreads out, so we can't connect. The problem I'm dealing with is looked at as in time and space, that I have to process it, and it's a whole spin, and I'm spinning with it. Just get away from the spin. That's one way. First of all, it's just a piece of gevura that's in your way. It's dark. It's a piece of gevura. How do I deal with? How would I deal with when my house is cold? You put on the heat. Okay, so if I'm dealing with gevuras, if it gets cold, I got to download some chasadim. So go do something, give tzedukah, do something, a nickel, a dime, a toivel, put on your tefillin, bring down chasadim to it. Just play the game right back. You know where it's at. Raise above, see it as a whole. Don't look at it as in fragmentation, in nifrit. So Shvius, once again, through Matan Torah, through taking on the Torah, it puts time together, closes the gaps. How does it close the gap? First, by surrendering. I'm makabel on it, Kabbalah Zohar. I accept that this is who I am. Nothing to do with anything. As long as I'm still focused over there, I'm still in fragmentation. Bring it home. I fully own my faults. And then go deeper, find your center, find your innocence. And the innocence is where it's at. That's all the pain. Everything that you were dealing with is to find your innocence. To point you back to your purity, to the oneness, to the place where you have infinite connection. Not in time. A quick one. Yeah, breathe, mouth open, breathe. Try to go inside, close your eyes, go inside. Ground yourself, relax. Take a deep breath, shake it out. We want to do a check-in. But, let me see something. Yossi, can you show the air?
I'm not sure where it is.
It's right there on that pipe over there. Keep going. Yeah. So it's to the left side. Just move the last switch to the center. It's the switch to the left. Huh?
It takes a minute to actually go off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
So I want to do. Yeah, I think this is what we're going to do. Before we do the check-in, we're going to do the peace and light on time. We're going to check in from that place. Because, of course, we can do a check-in, and everybody's going to have whatever it is. But why don't we tune in to where it really needs to be? And then let's see what happens.
make sure the fan thing is not on.
Yeah, that's what I checked. It was off, but I checked the fan.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what the hell Gemara names we do. Whatever Hashem al Moshe b'midbar Sinai be'echad l'chodesh laimes Yisrael shkol das b'nei Yisrael b'mispar shemes b'tzarach lav mai leimer she'en shach kan leimer leYisrael kim shatziv hoy leMoshe levad elf kedes Yisrael wo sepe shtait leimer erkennt sind nicht gemein verkan sind gemein verempt sich an sein lieden ach inneren doch sehr vermoit zum mispar zvam she'Hashem bezburach moit zum mispar zu Yisrael v'yav shechach shum echad beim chazer shana shem yichrachem liyas tomat shleimen. Okay, I'll explain soon. Okay, 1000, 2000. Okay. The Sefer Dikra, L'kulam b'shem yikra, sheshmoi shel adam hu nishmasei. The name of a person is his neshama. Ki oitzes shel shemoi hem shorshe v'chayusei. The oitzes from the mention's numen is on shorish mezan neshama. What does that mean? Ubehemi oved Hashem v'loy medem mispalim. And mitzai dient Hashem and lernt and adavnt. What does that mean? Dient Hashem. Remember something. We are oivdei Hashem. We're oivdim. We're proper oivdim. There's an eved. There's oivdim, and then you can get to the level of eved Hashem. That's the next level. It's a whole different. But at least let's do oivdim. You're a searcher. You're a seeker. You're an oivd.
Yeah, I think we need a translation that an Eved is not a slave, it's a servant. So we're serving Hashem, we're not slaving for Hashem.
Eved is already where he's completely surrendered. It's mastery. It's probably, I mean, yeah, it's like you're whoever you're of, and then some, whatever, right? Labeling names. So, to me, it's my mashpia that that he's an Eved Hashem. He's a proper Eved. Right? We don't trust the Rav, let's just say, because you're questioning if it's a real Eved. So you only surrender as much as you see. When the sun is in your face, you have no choice, but you have to get out of the sun. But if it's half, it's half. So if there's something missing in the surrender, then maybe what he's projecting is not complete surrender. But if you have a proper Eved Hashem, somebody that's fully surrendered, you can surrender to him, complete bittul. And then also, at some point, we need to learn how to have surrender, because we're such like chitzpah, because that's the only way to be a mavakish, is to chitzpah your way out. Otherwise, you're there, you're stuck. Let's just say. You have to find the person that you find the light, that you see the true light there. It says a lengthy conversation. Let me see if I can tune in quickly. Let me see, because I have the one what did I see? You see, I think if you're true with yourself, and there's like a certain
wie sie gar nicht in Emsig trosten. Aber ich weiß schon, sie ist echt Eber Hashem.
The simplest answer is, you do you. How does it feel to you? And then, if it doesn't feel to you, then check yourself. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's you again. In other words, maybe I need to surrender more, and I'm just it's my ego. So check it, and you keep doing tzaddik shev pom yipil. You're gonna get hit in the nose 7 times.
Or it's not the right one. You move to the next one.
But in that process, you keep finding your levels of bittul, and that's where it's at. Who cares? Which fine. I'm saying general now. Okay. All right. Yeah.
No, I think it's challenging. I think I haven't found one. I've been looking, I've been searching, and most people I see them a few times, and I see so much ego and so much other things coming involved, and I haven't found the proper.
So I'll tell you what. It's now is a time that we have to find it in ourselves. We're big enough. You're big enough to find in yourself. There's no son anymore. Now we have to find our Mashiach inside. We have to tune into our to your Weisz in the Torah. Right? Let's get like a carrot, Mashiach. Forget about all that. It's your where's your mind? Where's your flow? What do you really want? If you really wanted the $10 million, you wouldn't be sitting here. Right? You wouldn't come to a workshop. You're after something. What are you after? Now that doesn't mean, of course, we should be a flow, tremendous flow. From Shefa, from well-being, 100%. We need it, business ayam. But let's just, for the sake of where we want to drive to. Okay. So there's a training facility over here. You ready to be trained? Okay. So everybody close your eyes. No, turn your head in a flow, that way. Yes. Good. If you want a better angle, and sit over there. But go easy. All right. Okay, what does this mean? Powerful message. With that, he's the Oved Hashem, Elirnt and as Mispalel. What's Tefillah? What is learning? Tefillah is every single minute of your day is a Tefillah. We're constantly in a Tefillah. Because if I thread energy, if you thread oil, if you play with oil, not with Legos, you're in constant flow. You're constant, thank you Hashem. Oh, why so much Hashem? Oh, you're in constant prayer mode. Nothing is chaymer. Everything is flow. Pari wants chaymer levenim. He wants us to think that it's physical. He wants me to solve my magical, energetic problems with more Legos. And all that's happening is just more Legos. Not pisam v'ram, so it keeps falling. I'm not getting anywhere. So, we're in tefillah all day. Everything is a prayer. What type of Baal Managan are you? How good can you sing? The Risham don't know their names. What does that mean? Everything you are going through in your day is moving oisiyas. It's letters. It's all tzirufim, different tzirufim, trapped in this, released in that. You're playing with real currency, Lashon HaKodesh, with a holy language. The language that creates, the language that gives you the power to be a creator. A mini Eibishter of Welt. Because you have Das Elyon, you have Bechira, you choose. You have a key to turn on or to turn off. Now, Pare wants you to think Das Tachten. Why? Because the minute you start thinking from Das Elyon, he's out of business. So he's trying to keep you suppressed, so you can't think. So he's lowering you to his frequency. You're in the sandbox with him. Instead of him playing in the mud, and you're like, here, I'm giving you a hand to pull you out. He's like, no, come in here with me. So now we're all in the mud, but by design. That's how it was. That's how it is. He has no clue. Why is this happening to me? He's not paying attention because he's dealing with dollars. Shatzadik hu ovid behen Hashem Yisborach v'loy med mispala v'loy chen rishon. The tzaddik is ovid behen. He plays with it. He understands exactly what's going on. All transactions, an opportunity. You want to know what a real opportunity is? Simcha is a real opportunity. Bringing light into the world is a real opportunity. And you can't not succeed in it. You can't have tremendous success and flow because that is the truth. So it's the highest paid currency. It may take a minute until the receptors are understanding how to process this, but slowly they're starting to understand already. Or they will have no choice because it's Eisha Chelis, it's been activated. So Eisha Chelis means that this is not stopping. Because once you tune into the light, once a little bit of water touches the coffee, everything melts. You can't stop it. A little bit of light pushes everything, because it's exposed. It's just a lie. The spin is the problem. You're not figuring anything out. The spin is the problem. You have to go into Yovel, which is the 50th level, where it's all good. And now we can do this because Malchus fragmentation received a massive jolt and a download from Keser. Because there was a yichid, the chassan and the kala, yichid, 100% yichid. We went into the bedroom together, yichid. We're connected now. Keser and Malchus are connected. Which means that I don't need to process through my old processing system with my feelings, my chesed, my gevura, and my pain, and all that. Where's it gotten you? Nowhere. Well, not nowhere. It's gotten us to this stage. We still may need to use this for a second, but whatever. Keser Malchus Shu is how I'm playing with the letters, with the oisias. Klala de Milse. It's not possible for one Jew to be, for Anya to be missing. I'm sorry, Shim Ois Mi Yisrael. Shim Echad Mi Yisrael. I don't know. We'll see. Yes, Shim Echad. Shim Echad Mi Yisrael. Even those who are down, all the way down there, the Neshamas Risham, can go missing. Why? Because there is a magnetic field of truth that's all the way, that's above everything else. Whatever spiel, there's Atzmas, Oire and Soif, all the way, that's the ultimate truth. And we have that within us, through Avrum, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. Okay, we have it in our DNA. We can process that level of language. We can process that frequency. Only we. So, Mamela, you're being pulled, you're being sucked by this fire, by this Esher Cheles, this white light. Keser. It's never stopping. The fire is always burning. And the fire is burning. No matter where you are, you can tune in. Easy. Go to the center. Don't try to work your way through the rubble. It's too much work. We don't have the time. It's not necessary anymore. Why? This magnetic field above, he has one thing, he thinks one thing, nobody is going lost. So that's what's going on. So you automatically, wherever you are, there's always, the minute you have the bittul, so you can listen, you can hear and feel and understand, you'll get clicked and zapped and done, out. She is galgal kamapamam achi tiknu vis alu. That's called an arm galgazan until sadzana tikun and sadven elevated. You good? Breathe. Mouth open. Don't worry, it's Esher Cheles. You have no choice. We'll play a song so you can feel better. So, what are these letters? These letters are Chevra. These letters are, L'chaim. Yeah, for sure. These letters are the way when somebody is in pain, when somebody is in conflict, he dropped in. He's an imke klippus. This is what it looks like in Gehenna. You drop down all the way down to the bottom. When we talk, so these letters are trapped now. We have these powerful letters that are trapped now, dealing with garbage. You're spinning. You're in pain. When we talk to somebody, when you tell somebody, when you trigger is positive, or when you put on film, when you do a mitzvah, you're raising those letters. You can't be in the same place anymore. It can't be the same problem unless you're just going back into the same problem. It's etched in, fine. So Paro took they take the metal and they burn it into the skin. We're burnt in the head. I get it. But we have bigger and better technology now. I don't need to process with this anymore. I'm in Yechidin. I don't need this machine, this figure. I can just go into my center, my heart, my fire, my desire, my gut. Then I can properly use my brain, which I can just align and then tune into the eagle and start gliding like you should. We were the neshamas, we were down. When we were in front of the Har Sinai, we were out from this body. It was a different type of machine, different type of body. We were actually learned it this morning, we were actually in kind of like Atzilus bodies. Atzilus is that we had zero ego, we were in full flow, no chomer, elevenim, nothing. Soft, translucent, energetic, there was no block, completely 100% aligned. That's why we were able to receive the Torah. Parcha Nishmasan was a proper connection. Because if there was any ego in the middle, it would have shattered, it wouldn't have been able to hold. So we were standing, we were completely Pascha Zemasan. What's that?
Pascha Zemasan was given Hechsta Atzilas.
Yes. Okay, very good. Atzilus ewige Yechad. How did they get there? How were we able to do that? Because we were enslaved for 210 years. 10 years we were enslaved, completely batel mavutel, like an eved. You didn't know any better. Carrying bricks, literally carrying bricks. Like today, they feel like a schmuck and a loser sometimes. That's what we had no clue of anything better. We'll get to that in a minute. Then he pulled the plastic out. He said, "You feel this? Here, turn to me. I'm going to show you. Open up your eyes." They look pretty young, so like, what? What's going on over here? He's everywhere. It's everything. They saw, they understood. We understood. It's in our DNA. You have it. Right in your forehead. It's right there. So, from there, Har Sinai, the same thing, Keser lands into Malchus. Parcha Nishmasan. Yechida. Got it. Nailed it 3 times. All from the Bittul. How does this work today? By surrendering to where I'm at right now. Stop having opinions and understanding and trying to figure out. Everybody has a profile. It's a profile. Don't worry about it. Just listen, get into the message. Okay, so why we're saying this? Because once touched, we're etched in. We have this within us. You have this inside of you. Because it says it in the Torah, but like, Atem reisem es ashur, yeah, the ganze Spiel. Nicht kein Spiel, the ganze Torah. Atem reisem es ashur selechem. In other words, the lightning, the thunder, the truth, everything. Hosses in the Beine. Don't you ever tell me that you didn't. What does that mean? You can push 96 years and now I get it, and fine. Now you get into higher conscience, and they're like, "No, what's the story?" You're like, "Listen, I didn't get it. I only got it the last minute. It's not my fault. My father, my mother, my teacher, all that. They're like, good, perfect. She's galgal kalapam. We'll come back and do the spiel again. We're back again at it. Here we are, doing the same thing. Now, this time it's with a truck, and it's different. But we're still doing the same thing because he keeps going. Nobody's falling. Everybody's coming home. Okay, so we got back covered into that. Even if you fell down, you're mukhrach to come up. Mukhrach means that it's right in your heart. It's right there. It's a part of you. Has to be. Can you feel mukhrach? Can you feel that word mukhrach? In the center of your chest, going to the back of your shoulder blade. What? It's like it's a part. It's a part of the way you think, the tracht. It's the way it's the edging of the heart, of the body. It's the key to the other side of Chomer. Now, I don't know if this is the real touch of mukhrach, but that's the way it feels to me.
Mukhrach must be.
Must be. Oh, good. So that's what I said. Good. So it's mukhrach. It has to be. It's etched into you. It's your key. Perfect. Okay. Maar dat hoeven that the Eibishter zoekt Sie Yisroel, guys zoekt voor de Yidden, Leimer Yisroel, Sie Yisroel, Kaladas B'nei Yisroel, Shekulam Mechrachim Le'nase. In other words, God have of all of the caps on the Hofstone. Because it's mukhrach, it's within you. You have the confidence. It's within you. It's confirmed that this is who we are, that we can tap into oneness. Okay? Even though there's a rugefallen. To the shorish. You're not going to have peace until you're going to find your shorish. We are an extension of the Ovis. So we have to get back there. The Mispar Shemes, canal. Shashem hem hu hashorish. So the Mispar Shemes means that by being mindful of your day to day, stop being busy with why and how, and rather tune into the how do I climb the ladder with this. Kol zoche lo gulgelois im ratzo loim shi yitzrichem les galgo kama pa amam at shi yiteknu. Kol zoche les gulgeloisim. This is on Galgal. Galgalta, this is Arich, Atik. I'm not sure what he's trying to say. Kol zoche lo gulgeloisim. No, Zecher? Okay, Kol zoche.
He's not. He's certainly going to come back one day. He'll come back to the source, right? So he's going to get where he has to get to.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, maybe bring krachen. It's good. Okay. Who's almost dran in the cup? Get the job done. Hello, Tov, she take nuts from the palm edition. Mach is the nation moon. This is why I know. I told you he has a sense of humor. I mean, that's the Moiranim, right? This is like high conscience. So he's like, why should you drive the cup? Get it the first time.
Get it the first time.
Get the job done. Like, stop spinning. Get back to your source already. What are you, like exactly. L'chaim. So now, let's start a check-in. We can take a minute, actually. Listen in silence.
First the song.
We'll do a song. Let's do a song.
Shevous Keser Malchus. He came up to me. It was the Israel brings to the beginning of the bonus of Pesach. That was the initial show was the key plan of the modern edition, right? The key plan of the modern edition. That was the zama that they got. That was the Shishin really initially saw. And they came to the map of the Florida, the sheep of Yaakov, the two Mitzrayim. So, and eventually they came to the Arsina with Poskas and Osa.
I want to do something else.
Please go for it.
I want silent meditation. Because we just finished something, so I want you to get into the process. And remember, I want to say it again, this is also it's a workshop. So, with your permission, if you want to be...
Absolutely, I'm part of the workshop.
Good. So just breathe. Lean back. Put your hands on your feet. Lean. Breathe. Relax your stomach. Inhale, mouth open, breathe in. How you feeling? How you feeling?
Very, very mellow.
Okay. Okay, good. Baruch Hashem. What's your any suggestions? Any suggestions, really? Wow. Yes, it was. Yeah. Vaydaber Adonai El Moshe Leimai Kaber El Adonai V'yavun Leimai Weisz Varchos B'nai Yisrael Omer Elohem
Yevrech Chodoinoi V'yishmereicho Yuerdoinoi Kona V'leicho Vichineko 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 Yisodinai Panaveilecho Yisemlo Shulaim 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 Shulaim
You know what it is? Nobody is verhakt. Nobody's verhakt. It is just a lot of pain and feeling. There's a lot of pain and feeling. a lot of pain in the heart. The heart has been hurt. It's going to be releasing. So how do we do this? I don't know, put your hands on your heart. Gently, and just put it, just give yourself some compassion. Just imagine that heart is turning white for a quick second. As much as you can take, you know. Keser Malchus. Play with the words, play with the oisias, play with the letters. Have fun. Serious Reish. Teichebasa mon eisen kolsha. That's the get for. Because of the okay, it's a little intense to hear. I don't know where you're at, but from his love to us, he counts us all the time. Never forgets about you. It's been hijacked in Malchus, so it shows up the way it shows up. But really, he keeps sending love. He keeps sending Shefa. So we got to, hey Shevous Keser, we got to take it back. You got to take it back. You got to stand up for yourself. No matter where you are, you're mukhrich. It's in you. It's a part of you. See your kaladas. Go back to your source. Okay, two lines. So he's using a famous line from Chassidus, but here he's putting it into more rigid words. So from 1 to a gazillion, there's still a distance. But from 1 to something that is ein aroich, it's not even within numbers. Eibishter is not even within numbers. There's no distance to measure it. It's 1 to a trillion, but he's way after, which means Aval Hashem Yisbarach Hu L'Mala Min HaMisper. There are many worlds, And there's numbers to them. We can count them. We know the galaxies. Okay, whatever we can, but it's visible. Everything has a number. He's higher than Misper, which means that when you're trying to figure out, he's not there. He resides above that. He resides above that. If he's the one, but he's not in numbers. He can't count. Who is man? A number is still today. Today is 2 days, 3 days. He's higher than Zman. It's not even in the Malchus program, but since we are Malchus, we're going to meet Keser. We're muchrich to find ourselves face to face with oneness, with Eibishter. Okay. If you are connected to it, then there is no misper. You don't need to count the oisirs anymore. But if there's a chet, if you miss the mark, you're disconnected, then you're back in misper. Okay. So you want to start again? I'm debating. Should we record this or shall I pause the recorder for this? We should not? What?
No.
Prefer not. Okay. So the only thing is, can you pause it? So what you just said is bidiyuk, exactly where we're at. We are in the place of the little diamonds, oisias zeiras, the small letters. If I can find it. I thought I had the space marked, but I didn't. So basically what Reb Shimon is telling us here in Shir HaShirim is that there's the big rocks, the big diamonds, the big lights, the tzaddikim, the tanum, namrum, the huge, but it's too intense. It's very intense. It's rigid. It's good. They're giving us, the guidance. We know where we're going. But imagine a crown where you have these big, busting diamonds. It's intense. As the Keser. But now imagine what happens to these big rocks when you put these little diamonds in. The little oisias. We are the little oisias. We're in Malchus. We're the small oisias. But we're making the whole crown. With your little mindfulness and that achlata, it's a little spark. It's in the crown. There is a small diamond next to this big bomba. That a crown with 10 bombas, it's intense. You look at the king. It's a pachad. I can't process it. But now you have all that, and he shows up with his long white hair, which is keser. Right? No images, but it's. And then you have the keser, which full of sparkles. It's a small 90-second tachluta. It's exactly where it's at. Yeah, it's something called Sidus. Fine, but I don't know. Once again, let me not talk unless I confirm first about what. No, it's Weisz, but I don't know if we can. There's no image, so we can't really. It's Toiris, it's mitzvahs. It's the long hair. There's the mitzvahs. That's how it comes through. It comes through when there's an overspill of moichin. Then it comes. We can't process. Okay, we can't process only through the sides. It's too intense, the light. So it comes through these, thin, like hairs. Not like this. This is dead. This is nothing. This is no chizan. That's why you can cut it. The Rogachover couldn't cut his hair because he was full of. His hair was full of life. So it was painful when he cut his hair. It was steel. So these. Only cut his hair, not too often. All right, next, you're in. So
Yes.
so you're saying that you're connected. You had an awareness in something small. and a small attachment, a small expression. So
It's
bring
so
that,
wide.
bring Keser to that.
Yes.
Show that light, please. So just the mirror back. In other words, it's about you got in touch with your essence,
Yeah.
right? You got in touch with your
Keser experience.
Keser within your body. I think you felt it like up here, up
Sehr stark in my chest.
in the chest, also in the back. You felt in the back, upper chest, right?
Mars.
Yeah, right there. Okay, and it's going like upward.
Yeah.
Yes,
Totally.
because you feel it in the back also. So
Ich denke, es ist tight. Und ich bin sehr tight.
yes.
Ich habe Gefühl, wie ich mir daran und ich will es expand.
So
I
yes,
have to
just
be
so just
released.
let it do, let it be. Don't stop it. Let it. It hurts for a second. It's fine. Let's let it go. It's light. The body's always is filling up with that energy, with that light.
Aber es ist sehr, es ist bescheid, dass es ist tight.
Because Mizim Mitzrayim, breathe me, Havek Tzuchov.
Ja,
It's
aber
tight. Der Ewe
es
weiß
kommt
nicht,
an der
wie
Light.
what's that?
Es kommt an der Light. Und es ist also tight.
Because
What's the resistance?
because that's what I said before. We don't know what's the resistance exactly. If I knew where the resistance is, it's easy. Zoeken we wie het Wie is mijn resistance? So darf mir jetzt dann anchecken zu die 20 Jahre von Trauma. But wer hat Koer for them? And who has the head for this? I just tap into Yovel. I'm feeling it. Just expand.
It's basically my...
And if it's gonna hurt, this hurts more. The status quo also hurts. Big deal. It's not hurting. It's just it's first take it. Then comes the processing, anyways, to bring it into oisius, to letters. But you don't need even letters. According to the letter 9, you don't need letters. You can just once you're there, you don't need letters. You're just there. What was the expression he used? What was the words he used? Because this is important. Otherwise, it's time to Sachen. I want to make sure that we're not just being cute over here. We have to do from tzaddik. We either tzaddik. No, the other from the gal do the tzaddik. וכן שאויסם לרצון השמוק משרצנו הוא למעלה מן הזמן אז אין להם מספר שהם דבוקים השם יסברך שהוא למעלה מן המספר. If you do the Ratzon HaMakim, if you tap into your truth, to the truth, Torah and mitzvahs, I want to be clear because we're dealing with, we're just all getting connected to oneness. So we have to be grounded in Asiyah. So over there, I don't need expression. I don't need the oasis anymore. That's what I said before, that you don't need the oasis. Okay, I don't want to take up more time here. It's on the record. Lo yilai misper, because it doesn't need the oasis anymore.
So, after the OCS, so this is the experience that we need to have just to the energy that I came in and just landing in the experience.
Yeah, listen, we're waking up to it. You're getting bring it into life, bring it into Lamat Masarat Tvachim in your day to day. Right now, it's just it's a download. It's Shevous, it's Keser Malchus, and now you have till Sikkis to open it up, to process it. How am I processing things? How do I see life from this place? What's possible for me from this place? To me from this place? You need expression.
This game I'm davening and what meditative of Shvias, this I'm bringing today.
Yes. All right. Next. Yes. So, down letter, down us. They feeling what he feels. They feeling is that magnetic field. That is Shvias. Where Keser meets Malchus. I don't have expression. I don't know what it looks like. I just see it and feel good. That is Keser expressing itself in Malchus. And Malchus is Leslie Megar McClum. He has no agenda, so he's like, I'm not going to get in the way of this. It feels good. I'm going to do it. Of course, without the you have to get to know you. That's why we're learning these letters, so we get oisius for it. But that is Shevous. This is Gant of Shvias. I'm telling you that we are. I've never said Asher Buch Abunim Kol Am with more understanding than I do nowadays. Ata b'chartun mekol amen. Really? Yeah, Ata b'chartun. Nobody thinks like us. Nobody has access to this. You can't. We're talking about thousands and thousands of sfurim and literature that it's only from a source that's endless. Nothing else can do this. A book, a this, a that, science. We're talking about here different tziruf, different connections, different ways of communicating, getting there, climbing the ladder. Piavaya. Nobody's brain eats this food but our brain. A goy can't understand this language. They can't speak this language. This language, Aramish, afel de Malachim reden is deze sprache. So, what a powerful yantiv you had. So you're saying you didn't feel because maybe you think our feelings have been molested, have been corrupted. So we think that's what a feeling feels like, when really it feels whatever you were going through on Shvius. I'm talking about in Klal and Prat. It can be more details in that, Vuz Venvi, but ultimately, Vuz Venvi always there. Yeah, but he's not saying everything. It's 1-6. Young man. And of course, you like it. It's good to take a break. To clean the brain, wake up, and start integrating, because that's a real consciousness. Now bring it in, integrating into Welt, into the day to day. And
it feels very easy to take a puff and spiritual, everything is good. It's like la 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 land, everything is good.
Mm-hmm.
But then, if I could do it without it, that would be amazing.
Well, they casually fucked around. Funny look. Okay. Can't complain. So, wow, what a guest. Fine. So, the word is that we just checked in on our Shevous experience. The Keser Malchus, and you can check in. But we're checking in from a place after we learn the Moed 9 that everything is letters. Thank you. Everything is letters. Thank you so much. Everything is oisius. That the tzaddik knows his name because the shorish of his name is how he moves around in the world. That's the shorish. That's his connection to anything. That's how he knows how to do his avodah. The Rusha doesn't know his name. He doesn't know his letters. What does that mean? That the tzaddik recognizes that how does energy come into develop? Oh, with letters. My problem is as oisius, my panus, everything is oisius. The tzaddik knows that this is a letter. How to get to the top. How? So Torah. Ebshter connects through the Torah. It connects with us with the ois and the Torah. So from that place, how was your Shvius? How was your Malchus? How did your Malchus meet Keser?
So.
Moisa Malahade Ay Kinyanecha Hamelech Hameroimam Levandoy Meyaz Hamashiba Vehamafaya Mahamisnasim in my soilam Oh yo 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 Oh yo 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 Secho Adoshem Kulam B'chachma Sisa Ya Ya Allah Ha'odeh Kinyanecha Hamelech Hameroimam Levandoy Meyaz Hamashiba Vehamafaya Vehamisnasim in my soilam To me Sabrin kevoikei the kedusha sai oh yo 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 oh yo 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 Leikachtai Nasati Lachem Tayrasi Al Tazayvi It's Chayim here machazikim bo. V'soim cheho, meyusho. Ilei kaftai nasati lachem. Tayrasi, al tazoivi. It's chayim here, machazikim bo. V'soim cheho, Yusha. Ashiveini Hashem Eleichu V'noshuva Chadei Shemeini Kedem Yashiveini Hashem Eleichu V'noshuva Chadei Shemeini Kedem yo